Good morning, everybody. In the last two videos, we have done with the functions. Now in this video, we'll start with the programming of the function. So today we'll do a small programs which are based on the functions. So very first program is write a program, write a Python function to sum of all the numbers in a list. So very first thing, if because this is a comment line, I don't want to include it in my program. So I put this line with the comment, and single comment is done with the help of hash. We have already done this when we start with the function, and we have done. So how we can make this function sum of? So very first thing what we have done in the critical part, whenever we create a function, it will start always with the def. So always take the function name as valid one. So don't take A, don't take B. So right now I am doing the sum of all the numbers. So here I am taking the sum. So def sum. So what is the question? Read it carefully. Write a Python function to sum of all the numbers in the list. Means the numbers are predefined. So I have to put here argument numbers. Obviously, after that, I have to put a colon. So no need to give the indentation. When I click on the enter, already the indentation will be there. So whenever you deal with the sum, you have to take always total as a 0 so that it will not take the garbage value. If it will, I will take this as a 1. So obviously, whatever the answer it will be, it is 1 exceeded. So always taken as a total as a 0. Now in the question, they have told us the sum of all the numbers in the list. So it means there are so many numbers in the list. So I have taken the variable for x in the numbers. So this is again the loop. I will put a colon here. Now just see indentation already gives in between, means this is in between the for loop. So what I have to write, total plus equal to x. So what do you mean by this one? If there two operators come parallelly, so it means, what do you mean by this? If the two operators will come parallelly, so it means total is equal to total plus x. So this is the short form is I can write is as a plus equal to. So after that, whatever the answer is, you have to return that. Now this is only the loop which is in the for one. So after that, what? We have to find out the sum of all the numbers in the list. So where it is list? So I just give the numbers print. So I want to call within a function. So I just write sum function. So whatever the number you want to find out the sum, you will write that. So I just write 8, 5, 3, 1, 7. So it doesn't mean what if I just write this number, you will write this only. You can take any other number also. The thing is, you have to call this function, this sum function. The cursor move to this definition only. Okay, because what will it said? It says sum of all the numbers in the list. So I just put the all numbers in the list and call this sum function. Now sum is this. This cursor moves to this definition and all the numbers are included in this. So whenever there is a x in numbers, how it will move? X in numbers. So firstly, it will take as a 8. So total is 0. 0 plus 8 is equal to 8. So it move to the next 5. So 8 is the previous total. So it will go to the 8 plus 5. Okay. So return total. It means 8 plus 5, 13. So it will move to the next one, 3. 13 plus 3. So in this way, it will move then. How we can check the output of this? We click on the run part. So when I just run this, this will give an error. So why this error? Because many times the students just do like this, because they are taking a sum numbers, sum as it is in the numbers, they are just putting the numbers. Because I want to call this function, I have to put it into the list. So where is the list bracket? So in the here we have to put numbers in the list bracket. Now just run this. Now it will give the answer. Just see here, it will give Y answer, because in the previous part I have not put that into the list form. I have just taken the sum of numbers, but here what it is this, it is a one argument, and I have passed here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 arguments. So it is not possible. So this is the reason why they are telling in a question the numbers in the list. When the numbers in the list, you have to put a one bracket extra for the list, then only it will be executed, otherwise it will not be a executed one. So this question is clear to you. Now come to the next question. Now in the next question we have to find out the maximum of three numbers. So how we can do that? So write a Python function to find the max of three numbers. So I am finding out the maximum of three numbers. So very firstly, again, we'll create the function. What is the function? So def max of 3. So never put a variable name so big. If you want to put a so big, put a underscore in between of that. So very firstly, what we have to do, we have to find out the maximum of two numbers only. Now for the checking of three numbers, firstly we have to check maximum of two numbers. So what the number is greater, we have to check only with the third number. So in this way we can check the all of the three numbers. So very firstly we'll check the x of y. After that I just put the colon. So I simply check if x is greater than y. So if x is greater than y, so normally, so what do you understand by this? Return x. So return x means x is greater. And if it is false, so what it will return? Return y. Nothing else I have done. Okay, so this is the definition of maximum of 2. Maximum of 2 means I just check if x is greater than y. If it is greater, then obviously the answer is x, else the answer is y. Now I am again making one more function, that is definition max of 3. So max of 3, it means there are 3 arguments. So what the answer you have to return max of 2, because we have already checked the two numbers. Maximum of two numbers we have already checked. So now we are just checking x comma max of 2. Now in 2 I just put y comma z. So what do you mean by this? It will check max of two numbers. Now what are the two numbers? One is x and second is max of 2, y and z. Means whatever the number is greater, it will check from that. If the max of 2 means beta, it will call this function only what we have made. So here X is Y is Z only. If Y is, it means if Y is greater than Z, return Y, else return Z. It doesn't mean now it will only work with X, Y. So whatever the, now this actual arguments are there, it will convert it into that. So this is two definitions. So what we have to print now, print max of 3. So whatever the number you want to give, you just write it 45, comma, I just give one negative number also. So max of 3, this is this. So in this way, what I have does, what we have done in this program, firstly, we have done with the max of 2 numbers. We will check the 2 numbers, which one is a maximum. So in this, we put the 2 arguments, x comma y. If x is greater than y, means if the x is greater, if it is true, obviously the answer will be a this only, return x. If the answer is false, so it will return y only. So this is a definition of maximum of 2. Now the second definition is of maximum of 3. So in the maximum of 3, obviously the arguments will be a 3, 1. But we are writing here return max of 2 again. Max of 2, why I return? Because I just write x comma max of 2. Now again I am calling function, means here 2 times the calling function. Firstly, it will go to the max of 2 function, this. Whatever the answer will be, it will be only 1. Either it is y or it is z when it moves to this definition. So suppose it is y. So again, it will go to max of 2 function y, because now return max of 2 is equal to x comma y. So again, 2 times here, the max of 2 functions is called. This is a main function. I give the static value, three values here. You have to find out the maximum one. So I just run this program. Okay, so just see 45 is the biggest one. So here 45 is the biggest one. Suppose I just give here 97. Again, I will run. So answer will be a 97. So whatever the numbers you will give, it will find out the maximum of the 3 numbers. So now move to the next program. In the next program, we have to find out the reverse of the string. So I just write the Python program to reverse a string. So in this, what you want to do, it means there is a string given to you and you have to find out the reverse of that. So when we find out the reverse of a string, firstly, we have to know about the forward indexing and backward indexing. Indexing always start with the 0. If we in the starting find out the length of the string, we can easily find out the reverse of the string by forwarding and backward indexing. We have to match basically the all index values. If I'm saying 0th index is equal to -1 index, 1 index is equal to -2. So in this way, we have already done this in a previous video of chapter 1 and 2. So if you don't know regarding the index values, so you just watch that video to clarify your problems. So let us start with the function. So very first we have to do the reverse. So I just write string reverse. So in the argument, what I have to put? String 1. So in the starting, I assume that my result means whatever the output comes, it should be a empty. Then I will find out the length of the string. I already told you have to find out the length of the string. So here string, what is string? That is str1. So whatever the string is here, you have to find out the length of that and it will put into the variable index. Now I will put the loop while index is greater than 0. Means jab tak 0 से वो इंडेक्स बड़ी है. If the string is of 4 length, it means पहले 4 चलेगा, 3 चलेगा, then 2 चलेगा, then 1, obviously then 0. It means it will keep on moving and moving until unless it will be a greater than 0. So what is done? This output result, output reverse string किसके equal हो जाएगा? Plus equal to. I have already told you plus equal to means this rstr1 is plus again. str1 index -1. Why always it will taken as a -1? Because every time the length is to be a -1. Suppose I have a 5 elements, so and the length is of L -1 because it always start with the 0 only. So index is equal to index -1. This is the reason why always we put a -1 and return. अब रिटर्न क्या करेंगे? जो हमारी रिवर्स की वैल्यू जहां है rst1. So this is the function of reversing a string. Now in the main, we have to give the function also for the calling in which we have to pass the string. So I just put a string underscore reverse. Now whatever the string you want to give, you can do that. I just write 1 2 3 4 A B C D. So it doesn't mean I just give this, you also have to give this only. So you can take any string value, it's up to you. Again, I am saying what is this program about? You have to reverse the string. So I just make this definition string reverse. I have taken this string 1. String 1 is here a formal argument. And what is the value of string 1 here? This is the actual argument. This is a function calling basically. We have done this in a last video. What is the function calling? Because this name is itself the same, string underscore reverse, and this is actual argument. So this actual argument moves this to the formal argument str1. So wherever their str1 is coming, so it will work on this value. Our str1 means reverse of string 1. In the starting very, we just put it as a blank. So it means it will not take any garbage value if it will be a not blank. So sometimes it will take a garbage value. Garbage means anything, so it can store a random value. Index, very first thing we have to find out always the length of the string, because if we know the length of the string, we can apply the loop till that. And always the index's length is -1. Why it is -1? Because it is start from the 0, and in the this array of every length is a, when we find out the length, so it will be a L -1. Always the lower limit is inclusive, but the outer limit, but the above limit is always the exclusive. Exclusive मतलब वो नहीं include होता. That's why we always take it as a -1. So index is equal to index -1 बच्चे क्यों किए? Because in the index we have a length, and we have to find out the length -1. That's why index is equal to index -1. So whatever the answer is, we have returned it. And in the print, in the main, we just give the value to the particular string. Now I am run this program. So what is the answer here? DCBA4321. So it will move from backward to the forward. So this is the answer. If I just put any other thing and then I run, so again the answer will be a DCBA4321 IUYT. So how many numbers or variables are there? It doesn't matter. It will run with the help of this function only. It will just take the index value and then it will run. Okay. So next, come to the next program. So write a Python function to check whether a number is in range or not, is in a given range. Means the user have given them range and we have to check whether that number is in the range or not. So this is a program regarding the range, means a for loop, and we have to put a range over there. So how we can make def test of range, we have to put the number. Why? Because I have to check a particular number is to be in range or no, not. So I have to apply the if loop because I have to check if n is in, if n in range. So it depends upon you, whatever the range you want to give. I just give the 3 to 9 only. So it up to you only. Then print it is in the range. Else print it is outside the range. So this is all about the function. Now in the main, obviously we have to call this function. So I just write test range. So I will check number for the 5. So I will check the number for the 5. So what this program demands, you have to check whether the number is in the given range. So in this, you have to apply for loop with the range function. This range for and range already we have done within the second chapter also. So I just give this range. So it means it will move to the 3 to 8. I just run it. So what is the answer given? 3 to 9. So I just change the number. I just give here 9. So it is outside. It is outside the program. It's outside the range. Why it is given outside the range? Because I already told you whatever the ranges are given, very first number is inclusive and second number is exclusive. So 9 will not include in this range. If I just write 8 here, so it will given it is in the range. Why? Because 8 is there. Till 3 to 8 only these numbers are in the ranges. If 9 is given, so it will not in the range. Either it is written, it is no doubt it is written here 3 to 9, but the first number, this first number 3 is always inclusive in the program and this 9 is always exclusive. Exclusive का meaning बच्चे क्या होता है? It will not enter into the program. So this will not enter into the program. Come to the next program. So in the next program, we have to make a Python function which will check whether it is string is palindrome or not. Write a Python function that checks whether a passed string is palindrome or no. So very first question comes in our mind, what is palindrome? So palindrome is what which whose reverse is also the same as that of the given string. Suppose I just write A Z A. So when I just reverse this thing, so also the reverse also comes A Z A. If I take the number 1 2 1, so reverse is also 1 2 1, but here it is only the string. Here it is not a number, so we cannot deal with the number here. Okay, so start with checking. Firstly, make a function def is palindrome string. So I am making a function here. So always take the left position as 0. Why? Because we have to check the left or right. For the reversing the thing, we have to check the left, extreme left to the extreme right, then one forward left to the one extreme forward to the right. So I have to check these positions. So very firstly, we have to mark their position. So I just take the left position as a 0 and right position is equal to length of string. So whatever their length. So obviously I told you it is always a -1. So no confusion in this now. So again, I just put a loop here. What is a loop? While right position is greater than equal to left position, means if it is of length 5, so it will firstly check for the 5, then 4, then 3, then 2, then 1, then 0. So it means it will move for, because we have to check the whether the numbers are, whether the string, whether the extreme with indexes values are same or not. So we have to check the positions. So we will move from while right position is greater than equal to left position. If not, means अगर नहीं है तो क्या करोगे? If not, string of left position is equal to string of right position. मीन्स हमने क्या करना है, उसको रिवर्स करना है. अब रिवर्स करने के लिए हम दोनों की पोजीशंस को उल्टा करेंगे. Got it? If not, string left position is equal to right position. तो हम सिंपल उसे क्या कर देंगे, अगर उनकी पोजीशन पे जो हमारी वैल्यूज हैं, जो हमारे वर्ड्स हैं, अगर वो इक्वल नहीं है तो सिंपल हम क्या करेंगे, रिटर्न फॉल्स. रिटर्न फॉल्स कर दिया एंड लेफ्ट पोजीशन प्लस इक्वल टू 1 एंड लेफ्ट पोजीशंस को हम इंक्रीज कर देंगे. Left position is equal to left of pose plus 1 8 and right of position is equal to right of position plus 1. मीन्स हमने उन दोनों की पोजीशंस को, अगर वो इक्वल नहीं है, उनके नेक्स्ट इंडेक्स को हम चेक कर रहे हैं. ओके, एंड रिटर्न ट्रू. So this is all about the function, but in the main function we have to call anyone. So function का नाम क्या is palindrome. So I just check the palindrome of anyone. Suppose I just check of AZA. I simply check the palindrome of AZA. So this is all about this program. Now we will run this. Firstly, I will just tell you again regarding this. Firstly, we have to put a string here. We have to put a function. In that, left position is 0 and right position is y. It is string -1 because a last value or whatever it is in the range, that is an exclusive one. So after that, we have to check a loop while right position is to left position, because we have to find out the palindrome. Palindrome बच्चे क्या होते हैं? When means indexes value, we have to check कि उल्टा जब हम करेंगे तो भी value same हो. Means we have to firstly check the string and reverse of the string as it is, or we simply check the index value, the index values string. So while right position is greater than left, if not means अगर नहीं है वो string left position के string right position के equal नहीं है, simply return false करोगे. It means it is not in the palindrome. Otherwise आप उसके index को 1 1 increase कर दोगे. Okay. लेफ्ट को इंक्रीज करोगे एंड राइट को आप डिक्रीज करोगे. So in this way you can do that. Now I just put here number AZA string. So I just run it. So answer is true. Why? Because when I reverse this one AZA, it will be again AZ. Okay, I just put here AZAG. So just check it. So answer is false, because when I put a reverse of that, so answer is what? It is GAZA. So that is a simply different. So it will not give the right answer. Okay, so this is all about the today's programming exercises. So hope you will clear all the concepts of the program. These are the simple programs. If you know the concepts of theoretical functions, how we put parameters, how we can call them, how we can change his index value, so you can do very easily the programming. The main thing is you just know the flow of control, where the flow of control moves. And in the last video we have done the flow of control. Hope you like all this one, and keep watching my channel and subscribe this. You will get the latest notifications for the new videos. Thank you so much.